Richard D. Blackstone right here, and I got something for you. Yes, I do. Something free, something cool. All right, are you ready for free and cool? Oh, yeah, I thought so. I'm going to give you a love note. Oh, man, how cool is that? And it's free, yeah. Yeah. Okay, love note says, our five physical senses continually tell us that we are separate from the rest of the world. That would be pretty conclusive if our five physical senses were the only part of us that interpreted life. Yes, we do travel this fantastic journey of life on planet Earth in these wonderful bodies with their very astute and accurate five physical senses. But we also have a non-physical aspect called our mind, and we also have a metaphysical aspect called our spirit. And both of these are used to interpret this fantastic journey as well. Besides, the body is outnumbered by 2 to 1. Tap into your mind and spirit and get more inclusive interpretation of the game of life on planet Earth. You know, this is like at the core of what this game is all about. The absolute core essence of what's going on here is this idea that because we live our life through our five physical senses, we think that that is the only way we can interpret the world. And it's a beautiful blessing to live in this body that has those five senses, because then we can define the world around us, interpret it in any manner we choose. Through our sight, we can see what we have around us. Through our hearing, we can hear the different sounds of things going on. Through our taste, we can taste the essence of what's out there. We can smell it through our nose. We can actually feel it through our skin. So we got these five physical senses, and if that was the only thing that we had to go by, then the only conclusion we could come to is that, yes, I am separate from all of life because I'm separate from what I see, I'm separate from what I hear, what I smell, what I taste, what I touch. I'm separate. And if that was the only gauge, then the only conclusion would be, yeah, I'm separate. But that's not the only gauge. You know, you are a three-part being of mind, body, and spirit. So the body has the five physical senses, but the mind senses things too, and your spirit knows everything. And it's telling you stuff all the time through intuition, through synchronicities, all this stuff. So you get input there too, but are we prioritizing excuse me, that input, or are we prioritizing our five physical senses as far as defining who we really are in this game? And I would submit to you that through our collective consciousness, we have pretty much prioritized our five physical senses as the determination of whether or not we are ultimately separate from all of life. However, you know, when you tap into the other sources of your authenticity, you know, your mind and your spirit, they tell you a different story. Especially your spirit tells you, no, you're not separate from all of this. Your spirit knows that you're one with all of life. You've just been given this unique ability through your body to define the game of life on planet Earth, not the game of life eternally. Then your spirit rules there. And your spirit says, no, see, you are one with all of life. You are not separate from any part of it. You have the illusion of separation through your five physical senses, but that doesn't mean that it's truth, your truth. It's just an illusion. And we've talked about this before, so it's an amazing concept. And when you get on your spiritual adventure and get to a place of consciousness where you realize, wait a minute, you know, even though I love this illusion, I know that at my core I'm a spiritual being, and my spirituality tells me, and I know that I'm part of everything. Because I'm part of the creator of all things. In fact, I am the creator of all things. That's a little higher level of consciousness, but, you know, why not? If you're creating everything in your life, you're creating the environment around you, you're creating all the people that come into your life, you're creating everything. You're creating everything. Well, that's higher level. And so the game becomes really cool when you can transcend this idea of illusion and separation. When you transcend that, oh my God, you know, the game of life just takes off. Takes off. and you just kind of leave all those problems and crap behind. You do. It's so cool. Because there's a couple of definitions I got from Deepak Chopra a while back, and he said there's a couple of things that you can tell where you're starting to be enlightened. And first of all is you don't worry anymore. You stop worrying. And the second is that you see the synchronicities in life and you start moving to them. So if you really want to stop worrying about your life and take off and live a much more empowered life, you got to get to that level of consciousness where you understand that you are not separate from all of life. You are one with all of life. And then you start living that way, all of a sudden all the crap drops off. You stop worrying. You are more enlightened. It is a definition. It's a sign. So when you are thinking about your enlightenment, just ask yourself, what are you worried about? If you're still worried about car payments and stuff like that, you got more to go on your enlightenment scale. Okay, that's it for this one. We've got some free video training series. I want you to check it out, okay? It's really cool. SpiritualMasterSecrets.com. Just go to that website, Spiritual Master Secrets, and it's sitting there waiting. It's free, so go ahead and take it. All right, that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow on the next one. And until then, as always, and in all ways, live in love. See you tomorrow.